peaceful demonstrations, an expression of their concerns and aspirations, which were hurriedly manipulated and took advantage of by those who wished to wreak havoc, chaos, confrontation and violence, and to violate the constitutional legitimacy and to devour it. These demonstrations turned from a very civilized and modern scene of the exercise of right of expression to regretful confrontation and standoff, manipulated and controlled by political forces which aimed to add fuel to fire, targeting the safety and stability of the nation by enticement and incitement, looting and pillage, arsons, hijacking roads, and assault on public and private and state property, and storming some diplomatic missions on our soil. We are both facing or living painful days, and what we fear most is the fear that haunted the majority of the Egyptians, and the concern and worries about what the future is holding for them, their household, their family, and the future and destiny of their country. The incident of the past few days require us all, one and all, people and leadership, to choose between chaos or stability and lay ahead of us new circumstances and different Egyptian reality, which should be addressed by both our people and armed forces with the absolute prudence and caution for the interest of the people and the nation. My fellow countrymen, I immediately started to form a new government with new priorities and new duties that responds to the youth demands and mission. I instructed the Vice President to engage in dialogue with all the political forces on all the issues raised for political and democratic reforms and the required amendments to both the Constitution and legislations in order to materialize these lawful demands, restore stability, calm, and security. However, there are certain political forces who turned a blind eye to this invitation for dialogue, simply for adhering to their own agendas, turning a deaf ear and a blind eye to the defining moment we are facing. And as a result of their refusal, which invitation is still valid, I address you today directly to the people of the nation, farmers, workers, Muslims, and Christians, elderly and youth, each and every Egyptian man and woman in the countryside and in the cities and across the nation. I never sought power or influence, and the people are aware of the harsh conditions where I shouldered the responsibility and what I offer to the nation at the times of war and peace. And I am one of the armed forces personnel, and it is not my nature to betray or abandon the responsibilities. My top priority and responsibility now is to restore the security and stability of the nation, to ensure the peaceful transition of power in an atmosphere providing security and saving the people, safeguarding the people, to pave the way for this who is to be elected by the people in the coming elections. I tell you in absolute veracity, regardless of the current circumstances, that I did not intend to run for the coming presidency. I have exhausted my life serving Egypt and its people. However, I am totally keen on ending my career for the sake of the nation in a way that guarantees handing over the banner in an atmosphere of security, stability, safeguarding our legitimacy and preserving the Constitution. I tell you in plain words that in the few months remaining in my current term, I will work towards ensuring the measures and procedures that will guarantee the peaceful transition of power by virtue of the powers and authorities vested in me by the Constitution. I call both the houses of the Parliament to discuss the amendments to both Articles 66 and 67 of the Constitution to amend the requirements and qualifications for candidacy to the President and the term of the Presidency, and to enable the current Parliament of both the Houses to debate on these amendments and the related amendments to legislations, laws and acts complementing the Constitution to ensure the participation of all political forces in these debates. I call on the Parliament to abide by the judgments handed down by the courts on the objections filed against the recent parliamentary elections, and I will continue to follow on the work of the coming government on the duties and instructions given to them in a manner that ensures the interest of the people, so that its performance will reflect and respond to the people's aspirations, materializing the political, social and economic reforms, providing job opportunities, fighting poverty, and ensuring social justice. And within the same context, I instruct the police apparatus to shoulder its responsibility and undertake its duties to protect and save the citizens in absolute dignity and honor, respecting their rights, freedoms, and dignity. I also demand the legislative and control powers to immediately take the necessary procedures to continue to identify and arrest the outlaws and those who perpetrated the security mayhem and the chaos Egypt has seen, looters, arsonists, and those who intimidated the unsuspected citizens. This is my promise and pledge to the people during the very few months remaining in my current term. I pray to God to guide me to the successful right path, to end my career in a manner that is applicable to God and the people, my fellow citizens. Egypt will brave through the current circumstances more strong, more confident, more coherent, and more harmonious. Our people will brave through the crisis, more cautious of what materializes their interests, more keen on to hold steadfast to their future. Hosni Mubarak, who is addressing you today, takes pride in the long years he spent serving Egypt and its people. This dear and beloved homeland is my homeland, like as it is the motherland of all the Egyptians, in which I lived and for which I fought. I defended its soil, sovereignty and interest, and I will die on the soil of Egypt, and I will be judged by history for my merits and demerits. Homeland will live on. People will not. People is eternal, will live on, whose banner and trust will be handed over among and by its people, and we should ensure this in absolute dignity and pride, one generation after the other. May God preserve and save this nation and its people, and may God's peace be with you.